Pokemon.
It's all about the challenges. It's
Ready.
world. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the TTV podcast, episode 29. Okay, yeah.
Starting a new thing. I'm completing the circle. We start with the woo, we start the wee, we get a wee woo, courtesy of Patrick.
Now it just sounds like a fire alarm, like this is an emergency podcast.
This is an emergency mapcast. There has been an episode of the mapcast sighted in your area. Please exit the area as immediately as possible, as it could potentially be toxic to your health.
So speaking of emergencies and modcasts, who are we?
I'm Waj.
I'm Kronk.
Slime.
This is an abrupt message from the future. Past Waj forgot that the next episode is the Quanda. So, for episode 30, we will once again be answering your questions. You can ask a question on Bird Chatter using the hashtag BlameWaj, or ask it in the comment section below. And you can ask 2 questions per platform, for a total of 4 questions, but we probably won't be answering all of them. All questions must abide by the board's rules. So, happy Quanda! It's been a while since we actually recorded an episode, since we've been doing the Biocraft Let's Play, and that's been pretty fun putting that up, or editing that together.
Better than the modcast, am I right?
Well, it's a different experience editing it. And hey, games are fun. Minecraft's a game. What about Pokemon?
Pokemon is also a game. And do you know why we're talking about Pokemon today? Well, I'll let you know, viewers of this audience. When we are recording this, it is currently November 18th. 2016, the day that Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon have been released.
Chronicler, you don't have the game, do you?
No, unfortunately I do not.
So basically, 66.66% of us don't have the game.
I'll say my piece. So, I worked all today. I ordered my Sun from Amazon because it was cheaper.
Yeah, you ordered the Sun from Amazon.
Just ordered the Sun because, hey, you could just do that.
Yeah, from the jungle, the Amazon.
But yeah, so I opened up the box, I opened up the package, I took the game card out, I put it into my DS, I turned it on, I played the first 3 minutes of the game, and now we are recording.
Well, yeah.
So
yeah.
I have played less than 1% of the game so far.
Rip.
And I will say, the 0.1% that I have played has been good. It's been all cutscenes, but it's been good.
This whole thing is probably going to be devoid of spoilers because we couldn't spoil
Because we have no spoilers to give.
Yeah, I remember we had a conversation a while back before any of the Alola forms were announced, and you were like, oh, the Delta forms for the trading cards, where it's like you have different typings for Pokemon, or the Delta species.
Yes, the Delta species.
That was it, yeah. And I think you were like, oh yeah, that should totally be a new feature. And it is now, which is really cool to see.
I totally called it, man. I totally called it. I am super, super, super happy that Alola forms are a thing. Like, Sandslash is ice and steel!
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, but I love it!
It looks so cute as an igloo. The Executor, I just find it really weird that it's like a dragon tree. There was an explanation for that, right?
It's play on dragon fruit.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it's so Pokemon to have something like that.
What do you mean? It's so Pokemon.
It's just so weird. I love it. It's great.
Oh, yeah, and Doug Trio as well. Subforms, I think the designers just wanted to make them goofy looking, just for the sake of it. And I love it.
That's amazing, that's what it is.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when Mega Ampharos was announced. As you might know, it has this wonderful, beautiful mane to it. There were L'Oreal parodies to be had all throughout the internet verse.
I mean, it is a majestic thing of pure beauty.
I like Papillo, or however you pronounce it.
Poplio? Yeah, for some reason the internet despises Poplio.
It happens with every single generation, is that some starter is picked on, and the internet hates it, and then over time people forget that they hate it. So, like, last generation, it was with...
Was it Chespin?
Yeah, Chespin. The one before that, it was Tepig. As well as, to a lesser extent, Oshawott, I think.
There's like a proud mentality. It's like, oh yeah, this is the best Pokemon. It's usually the cutest one. That's just what the internet likes. I'm on Team Rowlet. still, just the whole line. I don't know, there's always a definitive best design Pokemon starter, and I'd say Decidueye top notch. I really like the whole Archer motif that he has going on, and the freaking grass ghost typing is really cool. I really like the fact that they're doing something different with their typing, except, is the tiger still firefighting?
No,
forget.
It's Fire Dark.
Okay, I guess
It looks
that's
like a pro
better.
wrestler, but it's Fire Dark because they were on the verge of making it firefighting type.
And then they
realized, wait a second, the internet will hate us if this happens to be the case because no one wants any more firefighting starters. Ever.
I forget if they released the stats. One of my friends actually did just leak it to me.
The stats for the
starters.
Oh, yeah. That was discovered through data mining.
Right, oh yeah.
I've seen that Primarina's EVs are abnormally high, which is great because I had already chosen it, so yippee.
Oh, nice. It seems like Decidueye isn't really the greatest in terms of stats, because last generation they had Greninja, and Greninja was top.
Oh, Greninja was OP.
They brought him back. Ash Greninja, that you could get in the demo. What do you think of Ash Greninja?
Why? Why is it a thing?
Because the anime
I understand
exists.
that the anime exists, but why? It's like someone took their OC and put it into a Pokemon game.
I don't know exactly what the reason behind it was. There was the Mega Glalie. That was one games. Like, if you played the demo, you get a Mega Glalie.
That was for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I never got it, so I...
Yeah, neither did I, because it's a dumb Pokemon. Nobody wants that. But Greninja is a good Pokemon, though.
Look,
look,
it's so beautiful. Look at it. Look
Get
at it.
out of here. I just don't really like the whole design
That's
of
fair.
Mega Glalie.
I am not a fan of Mega Glalie. Regular Glalie, I don't mind as much. And I think I wouldn't mind Mega Glalie either if it kept its mouth shut, but it's just open, like, perpetually. It's just like, why?
It's just weird looking. But Greninja, though. Okay, so Ash Greninja, not a Mega.
What the heck is he?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I forget what it is. If you kill one of their Pokemon, or cause them to faint, there's no killing. But if you knock them out, then, you turn into Ash Greninja. There's no button, like a Mega Evolution, but it's basically like a boost for Mega Evolution, or at least seems like that. No idea, like, the actual stat boosts that occur, if there are any. I don't know, like, if it's just like a flat boost to the attack power. I have no idea. They could have other forms for the other Gen 6 starters, right?
No, they're not. Ash Greninja is only a thing because of the anime. It's literally the only reason why. I don't think any of the other starters are going to get the same treatment.
My thinking on it would be like, since Mega Blaziken was the thing at first, and then the other two starters in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire got them.
Yeah, at the same time though, that was kind of like, everyone knew that the Hoenn remake was coming at some point, so at the same time it was kind of like an inevitability sort of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you had said, oh, Mega Blaziken is a thing, do you think the other starters will get the same treatment? I would have said, absolutely. With Ash Greninja, it's something totally different because it's based on the show, and that season of the show is now over.
Yeah,
now it's all about that Pokemon Sun and Moon!
Oh gosh.
Right, Krunk.
What are your thoughts on the stats?
When I've been playing Pokemon, I've never really cared about the stats, to be honest. If it's like really strong and really effective, I just go with those ones. I never bothered to look at the stats or anything because that's just not my thing. I'm not like some hardcore expert player. I just play the games casually and try to play it like, well, I'm just gonna have fun with this. Or I don't like looking up all the stats and saying this one's gonna be the strongest for combating and whatnot. I mean, I guess you could do that if you want to become like an expert or something, but that's just not my role or my goal.
I'll be honest, I've never, in the 12 years that I've been playing Pokemon, I have yet to figure out EVs and IVs. I've tried to understand it, and I do to a certain extent, but it's just like, yeah, I'm in the same boat where I don't want to get so involved into that. It's a level that I am not willing to go.
I am not in the same boat. I am a total nerd. I have spent countless hours going down this one spot in X and Y that's just like perfect for going up and down with your bike. There's like one route specifically.
There's also Lumio's City, where it's the endless circle.
I really don't like that one because the thing about that route that's just a straight line is that it has the breeding place just right next to it, and I spent countless hours going back and forth trying to get the right IVs, breeding those IVs with other Pokemon, trying to get competitive Pokemon. I mean, I guess it's because my other friends do that as well, and we battle. I find it fun to just like get the ultimate Pokemon and vanquish my foes, but it's really hard like then to try to play with someone that hasn't done that, and it's like, but all my good Pokemon, they'll just like grind you into dust though, because I've done all this other stuff. But I mean, prior to Generation 6, I would have never done that, because Generation 6 made the whole EV training just a lot easier to do, because you could actually control it. And from the looks of it, Sun and Moon, IVs are gonna sort of be like that, although a bit out of grasp, because you need to get to like a level 100 to mess with IVs. That seems like a bit too much work to get functional Pokemon. So I'm probably still gonna stick to the whole breeding method. I just find battling competitively really fun. It's all mind games. It's like a game of chess, but way better. It's like a game of chess to the power of like Pokemon. It's great. The whole battling thing is great, and I do it a lot, or I had done a lot. And Pokemon Showdown, it's like this program that you can download on the computer, and you can battle your friends. It like emulates the battling system, and you can configure your own team without having to actually go through the grind of actually breeding IVs on Pokemon, which I find really fun, because the games usually aren't as bad in terms of connection, because I often lose connection because Wi-Fi is not really that great on the 3DS. I really find that type of stuff fun. And if you want to battle me, listener, I guess I can leave my, whatever you call it, friend code in the description. I will battle you.
Put it up on the screen too.
There it is.
It's on the screen.
That's a code. That's a friendly code of friendliness. I'm really excited to play Sun and Moon. It just seems like they've done a lot of stuff that is way different from anything that has come prior, especially like the whole gym battle thing. It's like island challenges, but it might as well be the same. Like, I imagine there'd be like one that's like a traditional gym style battle as just a straight out battle, but other ones are like, I guess, mini games of sorts. I don't really know.
I think it's a lot more akin to kind of what the Orange Islands had, where if you ever watch the TV show, Ash Ketchum goes to the Orange Islands.
Yay.
And he goes to, and he does stuff. He does challenges instead of battles, and I think that's what the majority of the island challenges are going to be.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking as well. Like, yeah, the Orange Islands, if none of you have seen it, the second season Pokemon, the anime, and Ash actually wins. Spoilers.
Oh,
He
gee,
actually
thanks.
gets the coveted Nobody Cares trophy because he electrocutes a Dragonite or something.
Going back to Waj's talk about competitive play, I've never been in a competitive battle before. I don't know what it's like, so I kind of wanted to get Pokemon Sun and Moon for that.
It's really fun, honestly. Like, once I've finished however long it takes me to finish the campaign, that's basically all I do, is then just train my team and battle people online. It gets really in-depth, I suppose.
I've seen battles of it on YouTube where like people keep switching in and out Pokemon and whatnot.
Yeah, it's freaking mind games, man. Like, it's crazy how fun things can be, because, like, you might have a strategy, and then somebody has, like, I don't know, an ability or some method that just throws it out the window and it's like, turns it on its head. It's great.
I will say, I enjoy casual battling, which is like the low-key version. Low-key is not the correct term to use there. The lesser version of competitive battling.
The scrub tier.
I actually went to the US regional championships once. The competition was relatively close to where I live. So I went, and I was like, oh, I have this team, and I'm gonna beat everyone, and then I got destroyed because I did not do any EV or IV training at all, and this was like in 2011, so black and white. Yeah, so fun fact, I have been to a competitive thing, and I did not win.
That sounds like a really cool event. I wonder if any events like that is happening soon here in Canada. That would be cool. I would totally go and bring my team along and see how far I get. One of my favorite Pokemon that I use, that I have two competitive versions of, is Gliscor. He's a scorpion and a bat that's made of stone. He is the greatest Pokemon for stalling. Like, there's this whole site called Smogon that has all kinds of different competitive movesets that you can use, or that you don't have to use it, but they're just suggested. And so my set, Toxic, which 100% poison someone, Protect, Earthquake, and Knockoff, which knocks off the opponent's held item. It's essentially just to mess with people. Earthquake is the only move that can do damage, but other than that, it poisons you and it protects so that you can't hurt it. And the great thing about it is that it poisons itself. There's this ability that's called Poison Heal, and instead of getting damage from the poison, it actually gains health from it. So all the while, it's poisoning you, protects, gains health, and then I can switch out. It's just like the trolliest Pokemon there is, and I love it. And I have two of them, because I have different movesets on them. I remember watching the Pokemon anime. I'd watched till Diamond, essentially. So I was like 10 or 9 seasons of Pokemon that I've watched. I don't know why. Like, it's not good. Even the Indigo League isn't the greatest thing ever. I think just people have a lot of nostalgia for it. It was a big part of my childhood, watching the Pokemon anime on VCR. There's certain moments that stick out to me about, like, the Indigo League. Essentially, the starter episodes, where Ash meets, like, Squirtle, Charmander, and Bulbasaur. Like, those episodes, I think people just remember, because there's so many things about it, like the whole Squirtle Squad thing.
That was good.
What's your experience with the Pokemon anime, would you say?
I watched it as an small child. I watched the original series on VCR, much like you said. I watched a little bit of the Johto series, a little tiny bit of Hoenn, watched a little bit of Diamond and Pearl, and I was like, yeah, no.
I have listened, and I can pretty much sing all of the Pokemon theme songs up to, like, Diamond. They're just so catchy.
I can sing almost all of them, I'm fairly sure.
I really like pretty much all, except for maybe the 6th season, which is Hoenn. The first Hoenn. Well, I don't really like that one so much, because it just starts off so slow, and it's like, the kid from Palatown with a brand new world to see. Doesn't want to have, but it won't get
the best of
yeah,
me.
like that one.
I like that theme. There are worse themes out there.
The openings, I'd say, for the anime, really catchy. I think a lot of people dropped off after the Indigo League, because Brock was gone. But then Brock came back, because they realized that Brock is the best, and, you know, you should keep Brock.
And then Black and White came along, and then they ditched Brock.
And nobody likes Black and White.
Brock is like the best character.
I watched the first episode of Black and White. Opening scene. Ash Ketchum, a 10-year-old kid from Palatown, and it's like...
He's an immortal. He doesn't age. In terms of animated stuff for Pokemon that's actually good, there's the Pokemon Origins short series, where it's like 4 episodes, 4 22-minute episodes, where it follows Red on his quest through the entire game in 4 episodes. It's really well done, really well voiced and animated. It's like way better than the entirety of the anime. But they've actually been doing something recently, which is the Pokemon Generations shorts.
Yes.
Where they're essentially like side stories or parts of games. They've been going through Hoenn and Kanto and Johto. They've been going through some parts that are in the story and other parts that are just what-if scenarios, which I find really interesting. They're not really going for the same approach as Origins, is to make like one featuring Gold and his quest through Johto or anything. They're doing something different, and I appreciate that. The actual anime, still, why isn't it as good? TV budgets.
It's because of Ash.
The thing about Ash, though, and how he hasn't aged, I don't really get it. Do people like Ash as a character?
Probably not.
I don't remember who said it. I don't remember when this was or where it was, but I remember reading an interview with a Game Freak executive or whoever was in charge of the show that was talking about Ash and how he never ages, and they were explaining how they don't want Ash to age and they don't age Ash because they want all generations of kids to enjoy the same character. They don't want to have to change a new protagonist every single time. They want people to say, oh yeah, I had Ash back in my day, and now you're watching the TV show and you also have Ash.
Everyone has Ash. I mean, other forms of media, like the Pokemon Origins shorts, had been doing that, and the manga.
I have not read the manga, but I have heard that it's very good.
Yeah, it is. It has different protagonists for the different regions, and I don't really see the reason why. If it was a new character, I imagine older people would be more interested in watching Pokemon again. Ash will never win. Anyone that thought that Ash would win, no, he's contractually obligated not to win. He'll only win in tournaments that don't matter, like the Orange Islands and the Battle Frontier.
I will say, out of Pokemon Generations, I have one issue with it, and that's the voice acting. In a lot of cases, is like not great.
Yeah, Pokemon Origins is, I'd say, better for voice acting.
Yeah.
Generations is sort of hit or miss.
I mean, I'm not surprised by this, because this is literally just going up on their YouTube channel, so they're basically making no money off of this.
I mean, it is a really good way to celebrate the whole 20th anniversary, since going through all the different games.
Did we talk about Heart Gold and Soul Silver in the last episode? I can't remember.
I don't really think we did.
Great games, by the way.
I really like the whole following Pokemon mechanic. Bring it back. I want to see 3D models. I want my Wailord, man. I want full scale Wailord.
Totally
following
feasible.
Me. He won't drown. He'll have like a fishbowl surrounding him, like a tub.
Just a giant tub that you drag around behind you. That mechanic was really cool. You know what else I really liked? The button that you could just press and run without having to hold down B. Why has that not been implemented after that? I don't know. You know what else I liked? The Pokewalker. Pokewalker was great.
Pokewalker? What was that again?
The pedometer that came with the game.
Oh, yeah, okay, I almost forgot. I love those things. They ran out of battery for me. They act as paperweights, because I have no shortage of paperweights in my household. I remember playing with that, and it's like the precursor to the whole Pokemon Go thing, which died. Nobody plays that, and I was really sad, because I came back to Canada to the tail end of the Pokemon Go craze. Like, it was on the decline. Nobody was going outside and playing that game.
For a glorious 3 weeks.
It went from being world news and dead. I kind of hope that there is a bit of a revival for it whenever they do release new Pokemon, so I can actually experience the craze, if there even will be one. Maybe people just realize it's not really the greatest thing. Or maybe they'll add more mechanics and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way of it coming back. It had its time in the mainstream and now it's gone.
Yeah, it's a dead meme, essentially.
Yeah.
But that pedometer, though, I really like that.
You've heard that it's like one of the most accurate pedometers like ever created, right?
Really? Is that real?
Pokewalker more accurate than other pedometers in university study, evaluated against 2 other dedicated pedometers. The Pokewalker, an add-on device for Heart Gold and Soul Silver Pokemon titles, is the most accurate device for counting steps, according to researchers at Iowa State University, April 15th, 2011. I assume it's no longer the most accurate because it's been 5 years.
I really like that, because you could actually catch Pokemon. I remember really just trying to find a Dratini, because I remember there's like different courses that you could upload to it. There's one that had a Dratini, but you had to go like crazy amount of steps to even get to the point where Dratinis would show up. But even then, there'd be like a 1% chance to get one.
It was a great way for finding Pidgeys. Also a terrible way to level up Pokemon because you could only do 1 level at a time. So, Pokemon Black and White, they had that internet thing, the Dream World. I really liked that. I was like really into the Dream World because it was like the website that you could like grow berries. It was like playing Pokemon on your computer, except for without battles.
Oh, that was the Mudcast. So, goodbye, everyone.